Good afternoon. Good afternoon once again, and thank all of you for attending today's historic event. Leadership for the public good is exemplified by our first presenter this afternoon, the 57th Mayor of the great city of Cleveland, the Honorable Frank G. Jackson, who will be followed by the Reverend Dr. Theophilus Cabanis.
Good afternoon. I want to welcome everyone to the inauguration of Armond Budish as Cuyahoga County Executive. And I really look forward to working with him over the next few years. And we're not strangers to working together. We've worked together when he was the Speaker of the House. We've worked together when he wasn't Speaker of the House. He's helped me on the Cleveland Plan of Education, on the funding of various major developments in downtown Cleveland and in the neighborhood. So I really look forward to working with him and continue to work with him over the next few years. Now I want to introduce to you Reverend Cabanis. Is Reverend Cabanis here? Oh, there he is, Reverend Cabanis.
Shall we bow our heads in prayer? Almighty and everlasting God, Thou in whom we live and move and have our being, we pray that Thou wouldest intersperse Thyself amongst us in these ensuing moments as we celebrate and inaugurate the illustrious, distinguished, and inimitable newly elected Cuyahoga County Executive, the Honorable former State Representative Armond Budish. This day of gratitude of his beautiful and loving wife Amy and sons Ryan and Daniel, who share their faithful love, one with all of us in service and leadership, we stop to applaud and express our deep and profound thankfulness. This awesome undertaking of such an enormous personal reach necessitate not only the fidelity and loyalty of family, but the dedicated and devoted support of the county constituency as well. So we come today to render our prayers, our adoration to Thee as our God, to not only lead and direct this our leader, but to undergird him with Your wisdom, strength, Your abiding foresight, insight, and visionary perspective. Those of us who have witnessed this man's amazing talents for service to people of all creeds, colors, and present state of servitude have known for some time now of his genuine humaneness, his impeccable integrity, his unfeigned honesty, his sterling character, and his persistent pursuit of righteousness. We've known of his dedication to excellence and are confident of his ability and capability to serve the best of this entire county. The Armond Budish that we've all come to know is the humble servant who is dedicated and devoted to the repair of the world and the assistance of the least of our brothers and sisters around the country. And so, God, in this momentous, monumental, and auspicious occasion, we stop right now to pray that You, O God, will give us in this time and in this age men of the caliber and stature of our esteemed county executive, men whom the time demands, strong minds, great hearts, true faith, and willing hands, men whom the lust of office does not kill, men whom the spoils of office cannot buy, men who possess opinions and a will, men who have honor, men who will not lie, men who will stand before a demagogue and condemn his treacherous flatteries without winking, tall men, sun-crowned men, who live above the fall in not only public duty, but in private thinking. Such a man we've come to honor today and to lift up in professional celebration. Again, such a man we honor today and beseech your continued guidance, your divine protection, and above all, your heavenly oversight. This is our common prayer, and all the people said, amen.
Thank you, Reverend Cavaness, for those inspirational words. Thank you, Mayor Jackson, for attending and welcoming everyone, and through your presence symbolizing the importance of collaboration between county and municipal partners to advance the community during a period of renewal and opportunity. My name is Alex Johnson, and I'm proud to serve as president of Cuyahoga Community College, and I have the privilege of hosting today's historic inauguration of Armond Budish, Cuyahoga County Executive. Joining Armond today are his wife, Amy, their two sons, Ryan and Daniel, and many of their family members from out of town. Let's acknowledge them with a great round of applause. Now please stand for the posting of the colors by the Cuyahoga County Sheriff's Department Color Guard, and remain standing for the singing of our national anthem by Robin Lanier and the reciting of the Pledge of Allegiance by North Olmsted Cub Scout Pack 153.
Join us in reciting the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Let's extend a round of applause to our great color guard, Robin Lanier, and Cub Scout Pack 153 for their contributions to the program. You may be seated. Before I move ahead with the program, I want to acknowledge the passing on December 28th of one of our community's great contributors. Mark Krantz, managing partner of Corman, Jackson, and Krantz, was involved in almost every facet of Greater Cleveland's growth and prosperity. He was a member of several boards, a noted philanthropist, and a great friend to many. Our thoughts and prayers are with his wife, Michelle, their children, Ellen, Tara, and Ross, and other family members as we pause for a moment of silence. Thank you. Now we have a special treat for everyone at this time. As you know, we are home to the world-renowned Cleveland Orchestra, and we are delighted today to experience the greatness of the orchestra through the brass trio that will perform Triga by Frigius Budish. I would now like to welcome these talented musicians from the Cleveland Orchestra with a round of applause. think the trio deserves another round of applause, don't you? I would like to recognize now all of our elected officials with the exception of the members of County Council. All elected officials, please stand and receive a well-deserved round of applause. All elected officials. Joining us today and bringing remarks on behalf of the Cuyahoga County Council is new Council President Dan Brady. Councilman Brady represents the Edgewater District, was a former Cleveland City Council member, and served in both houses of the Ohio Legislature. Please join me in welcoming Dan, who will be followed by Cantor Catherine Wolf-Sebo. Dan?
Good afternoon. It's a great pleasure to be here. On behalf of the County Council, we want to certainly give our congratulations to the new county executive, pledge our willingness and full effort to support him and work with him, and look forward to tomorrow morning. You know, I'm actually very confident that Armond will be a strong leader for the county and that we will have a strong working relationship with the council and work hard to create jobs and improve the standard of living for everyone in the county. I'd like to introduce my colleagues, members of the council that are here. If they would stand and I assume sort of partly face the audience, members. Thank you. This is Councilman Dale Miller, Councilman Chuck Germana, Councilman Yvonne Conwell, Councilman David Greenspan, our new Vice President, Councilman Pernell Jones, our fairly new Councilman Anthony Kellerson, Councilman Michael Gallagher, and Councilman Jack Schron. Thank you all very much. Again, we just want to wish Armond good luck and Godspeed. And now it's my unique pleasure to be able to introduce Cantor Kathleen Wolf-Sebo, who will be singing L'Adore, L'Adore. Thank you.
Thank you. In this afternoon's invocation, the beautiful and inspirational words delivered by Reverend Cavanis, he mentions the phrase, repairing the world. In Hebrew, we would refer to this concept as tikkun olam. I like to believe that our parents, our grandparents, and all of our generations that have come before us have instilled this idea of tikkun olam, of repairing the world. And this most precious gift that we have, the gift of democracy, I also would like to believe that this is handed down from one generation to another. And that's what these words, L'Adore V'Adore, means, from generation to generation. A concept that hopefully all of us have been the recipients of, but we should not forever, one moment, neglect our obligation to carry this tradition on to the next generation and those to come.
We are gifts and we are blessings. We are history in song. We are hope and we are healing. We are learning to be strong. We are words and we are stories. We are pictures of the past. We are carriers of wisdom, not the first and not the last. this chain. From generation to generation, the door of our door, these lips will praise your name. Looking back on the journey that we carry in our hearts, from the shadow of the mountain to the waters that would part, we are blessed and we are holy, we are children of your way, and the words that bring us meaning, we will have the strength to say. Lidor vador, nagid alecha. Lidor vador, we protect this chain. From generation to generation, Lidor vador, these lips will praise your name.
Let's express once again our appreciation for Catherine for that wonderful rendition. And to thank Dan and the County Council members for their commitment and vote of support to Armond as he makes his way in office. Our next speaker epitomizes commitment to leadership in public service. Congresswoman Marcia Fudge is a tireless advocate for our community at home and in Washington, D.C., where she serves on the Congressional Black Caucus. She no longer chairs, she reminded me of that. And the congressional committees on agriculture and education and the workforce. She was recently reelected to a 4th term. Would you please welcome for remarks, to administer the oath of office, and to present our new County Executive, Congresswoman Marcia Fudge. God bless you.
Thank you very, very much. Thank you very much. Good afternoon, Mr. Executive, platform participants, my colleagues, my friends, my constituents, and I think that just about gets everybody. It's a pleasure to be here. I really do count it an honor to have been asked to participate in this program today. I have followed the political career of Armond Budish for some time, and I've always been impressed with his clear vision and his ability to get the job done. You know, a lot of us talk the talk, Armond walks the walk. I've always known him to be open to the opinions of others and his strong willingness to listen to good counsel, like mine, Armond, like mine. Armond is the people's executive. He is a person in which I am very confident in his leadership. Armond, know that I believe very strongly that you, your staff, and the members of County Council will make the lives of the people of this county better just by your presence. That is my expectation of you. But also rest assured that we are all on your team. And I will be cheering you from the sidelines because I know that your success is imminent. Congratulations, my friend. And now, if you would join me with your family It's like deja vu. I did this New Year's Eve, too. You raise your hand and I state your name.
I, Armond Budish,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support, uphold, and defend
that I will support, uphold, and defend
the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of Ohio,
the Constitution of the State of Ohio,
and the Charter and the laws
the Charter and the laws
of the County of Cuyahoga, Ohio.
of the County of Cuyahoga, Ohio,
That I will faithfully,
that I will faithfully,
honestly,
diligently,
diligently, and impartially
and impartially
perform and discharge
perform and discharge
all the powers and duties
all of the powers and duties
incumbent upon me
incumbent upon me
as County Executive
as County Executive
in and for the County of Cuyahoga,
and for the County of Cuyahoga,
State of Ohio,
State of Ohio,
according to the best of my ability
according to the best of my ability
and my understanding.
and my understanding.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Hello, everybody. Welcome. And I really appreciate all the wonderful, kind remarks that have been made. The only one that I know is absolutely not right is that I don't expect Congresswoman Fudge to be on the sidelines. If you could see today's agenda, the one that we have, you'd see that I've only been given 15 minutes to speak. 15 minutes. How do I distill into a few minutes a talk that shares what's in my heart with the solid, soundbiteable, fact-driven speech in my head? My goal is to assure you that this administration understands the data and hard facts it takes to run a fiscally responsible operation that respects our citizens' tax dollars while providing the services needed to move our county forward. I have to tell you, I've written and thrown away about 10 drafts of this talk. None of them struck quite the right balance between this head and heart tension. In draft number 1, the heart won. And after 10 minutes, I still had not finished thanking all of the many talented, caring individuals who have made it possible for me to stand here today. I was going to thank my campaign team and my friends in my transition group, and I still want to do that, but as Congresswoman Fudge said, I do listen, and my wife told me to take all that out, so it's her fault. Let me just say that my heart is so full of gratitude for all of you, from the friends who encouraged me from day one, to the hundreds of campaign volunteers and staff, to the transition team, to all of you who are here today. So to spare you an extra 10 minutes, please accept my most heartfelt appreciation, and I hope to have the opportunity to thank you personally in the days and weeks ahead. I'll limit my public thank yous to my family, which is appropriate, because strengthening families is what we do as a county. So thank you to my mother and to my dad, who's no longer with us. Thanks to my siblings for not killing me when we were growing up. Marilyn Sargent, why don't you guys stand? Marilyn Sargent, Debbie and her husband Gary Shiner, and their kids Marley, Jackie, Benjamin, and Nalani. Also here with me are my 2 sons who came up with me, Ryan and Daniel. You want to stand again? It's one of your chances here. And my wife, Amy. Many of you know Amy pretty well. These are the lights of my life. And Amy, you are my girlfriend, my advisor, my partner, and my speech cutter. I love you all. One other person that I want to acknowledge, when we recognize the exciting progress all around us, including this Global Center and Convention Center, the new county administration building with the revitalization of East 9th Street, and the building of a new convention hotel that enabled us to get the Republican National Convention. One person has his fingerprints all over these initiatives, Ed Fitzgerald. Ed, would you please stand? We all thank you for your excellent service to the people of this county. Thank you. All right, so that's the heart part of the speech. Now for the head, to discuss the nuts and bolts of what this administration will be doing. Yet this duality of thought process creates the same type of siloization that undermines our county's progress. In fact, this speech structure reflects the theme for my overall mission governing Cuyahoga County: the need to balance both head and heart in the delivery of services without regard to silos. I want you to leave feeling and knowing that this administration has a guiding vision that'll be infused into all facets of our operation. First, a few basic facts. The overwhelming part of our county budget goes towards social services, hundreds of millions of dollars. Yet that's still vastly insufficient to meet the needs of our unemployed, underemployed, and most vulnerable citizens. So how do we help foster children aging out of the system, senior citizens who want to age at home rather than in institutions, infants who are dying before their first birthdays? We must grow the pie through innovation. We must think big, use technology, be bold, and take some risks. The first concrete action I can share with you to demonstrate the serious intent of a head and heart administration is my choice for Chief of Staff, Sharon Sobel Jordan. Sharon's the embodiment of a leader whose career encompasses both experiences. Through the Center for Families and Children, she has tremendous experience with the delivery of a wide range of services, while at the same time running a huge organization with hundreds of employees and balancing a multi-million-dollar budget. Together, we're forming an executive leadership team that will have both sets of skills, and in the coming weeks, you'll meet them. Sharon, would you just stand up? We can congratulate you. We can never hope to carry out our vital functions if we don't have employees who are well-trained and working towards these same goals, and whose skill sets are valued by us. Since the election, I've met hundreds of committed county employees, from sheriff deputies to caseworkers in health and human services to workers assisting our seniors. They want to make a difference. That's why they do what they do. These employees are the face of the county. Wherever you interact with them, we want you to receive service that reflects this standard of head and heart. And that's a value that will be an ongoing part of our efforts. Moving from internal to external priorities brings us to economic development. It's economic development that will keep our county fiscally healthy and enable us to grow the pie. It's economic development that will enable us to respond to the essential needs of our citizens so they may succeed. The #1 priority of this administration is jobs, jobs, and jobs. And I would note that I know Councilman Tron feels exactly the same way. Thank you, Councilman. Because I heard him say it about 1,500 times. We need to work with the private and philanthropic sectors to make sure we're valuing and growing our existing companies, supporting the creation of new businesses, and attracting companies to Cuyahoga County. And we have a great foundation to build on. First, we are the Silicon Valley of healthcare. With the Cleveland Clinic, University Hospitals, Metro Health, and St. Vincent, we are world-class and world-renowned. This global center for health innovation offers companies unique in the world ecosystem for healthcare innovation. We have a capital infrastructure, including Jumpstart, BioEnterprise, and Biomotive, which enables healthcare startups to grow their innovative ideas into successful businesses. And our underground broadband fiber network, second to none in the country, provides the necessary tools to enable healthcare businesses to handle millions of medical records quickly and efficiently. Let's switch gears to manufacturing. Our manufacturing base is strong. We have workers with years of experience in a wide range of manufacturing arenas. Workers with a Midwest work ethic. Workers whose parents, grandparents, brothers, and sisters proudly worked over generations building the things that keep our country growing. And we have fresh water, virtually unlimited fresh water. Almost every manufacturing business needs huge quantities of fresh water, water that they can count on that won't be shut off due to endless droughts. And speaking of water, not many cities can offer the beauty, logistics, and recreational opportunities that we can because we have a lake. What a great asset, we have a lake. Lake Erie already accounts for billions of dollars each year added to the economy. Our arts and culture is world class. We have the best orchestra in the world, as we just heard. One of the best art museums, one of the top theater districts, and we have the only Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. So how do we build on our strong foundation? First, we must strengthen the assets we currently have. For example, going forward, we must create a strong and solid business plan for this global center to ensure it remains on solid footing, that the tenants are finding their participation productive, and that we're leveraging its power to bring more healthcare businesses and jobs to Northeast Ohio. We must protect our lake from invasive species, in-lake dredge dumping, and algal blooms. We must protect its health while developing the lake for better community use. We must make sure we're training the people needed to keep our manufacturing humming, while using our water resources to attract new companies to the region. And we must support the upcoming arts levy to maintain the superior quality of life that we have in this region. Second, there must be some arts people here. Second, we must support innovation and entrepreneurship. We will build an entrepreneurial environment that provides the capital for healthcare spin-offs from our world-class institutions and supports small and startup businesses in an array of fields so they can establish and grow right here. As part of that effort, I look forward to partnering with established organizations like Launch House, Bizdom, Flash Starts, our colleges and universities, our local libraries, to establish innovation centers around the county. And we should create a business plan competition for the best and most creative to compete for the dollars they need to translate their ideas here into businesses in Cuyahoga County. Third, we must support education and training, which are the keys to jobs. For example, there are jobs open right now in manufacturing, IT, and healthcare, just to name a few. And there are programs out there that are training people for those open jobs. For example, Tri-C is currently working with some 500 area companies, training 2,500 people a year for the jobs that are available. And at the end of their program, 85% get a job in their chosen field. It's a program that's working, but it's not enough. Dr. Johnson, I pledge to you that we will partner with Tri-C and others to raise these numbers up so that we can cut the unemployment rate down. It's just convenient that he's on the stage. And fourth, we must make sure people released from prison have a shot at a fresh start. We're losing many thousands of people who could work productively in our county and who want to work, but are excluded because they've been to prison for nonviolent offenses. And without a job, many of these people wind up right back in the criminal justice system, costing us millions of dollars and lost human potential. Positive reentry programs exist. I had the pleasure of visiting the County Common Pleas Reentry Court, which is operated under the leadership of Judge Nancy Margaret Russo. And this program is working. The recidivism rate for those who go through this program is very small. We will work to create a community-wide partnership to support, enhance, and grow these and other similar programs. Edwins cannot do it alone. All this describes traditional economic development, which is great, but it's not enough. Remember, head and heart, a goal of this administration will be to create a seamless pathway from poverty to prosperity. When people are struggling, without enough money to buy food or medical care for their kids, it's terribly tough to find a ladder, let alone use it to climb out of poverty and become self-sufficient. How's a single parent without access to health care or daycare for his or her child, without transportation, how is that parent supposed to get or keep a job? To truly create the opportunity for every person to become self-sustaining, we must better utilize our existing social service programs, reaching out to people where they are in the community, and wrapping education and job training programs into the provision of social services. To get this county working and to truly give every person a real shot at the American dream, we will tear down the traditional walls that have separated social services and economic development, joining head and heart together. There can be no wrong doors. There can no longer be dead ends for people who need help getting back on their feet, but are confused about where to turn and what programs are available to them. We will combine human services with economic development and job training so that when someone asks the county for assistance, they'll be helped through a full menu of opportunities to meet their short-term needs and to develop a long-term plan for economic self-sufficiency and success. Put it this way, if you come into the system because you're having problems, our goal will be that you will leave the system with training, a job, and a real future. To accomplish our goals, we need to think big and be willing to take some risks. Ask any top business leader, like Albert Ratner over there. You need to be willing to take risks to be successful. Great ideas involve risk and the chance that we might fail. We will take on big challenges and not shy away for fear of failure. For example, we must wage an all-out war against the shameful rate of infant mortality in our community. It's a big challenge, but we can face that and we can do it. We'll work to save money and eliminate wasteful duplication, but within both county government and our 59 local communities. Again, we must think big and take risks. We'll establish metrics and targets by which we'll measure success and failure. We'll enhance the efforts that are working, and I promise you, we will change or eliminate those that are not. I want you to be part of our progress, all of you right here in this room. I need you to be partners, and to attract people and business to our region, I need you to be ambassadors too. We must tell people why we're excited to be here. The Republican National Convention will give us a brief platform to do this, but we have to show our pride all year round. This is our county. We are diverse. We are rich, and yes, we are also poor. We have magnificent pockets of natural beauty and unconscionable pockets of poverty in foreclosure-devastated neighborhoods. Yet our fortunes are linked. Whether we know our neighbors or not, our lives are connected. We need each other to succeed. We need to use both our head and our heart to show ourselves and our children what can be done when we dream big together. Thank you all very much.
We don't want the new county exec standing in the corner, particularly not after that powerful speech. Wasn't that wonderful? Thank you. We also need to extend a round of applause to Council President Dan Brady and all of county council members for the responsibilities that they will be assuming in concert with Armond to promote the overall well-being of Greater Cleveland. And I think all of us are looking forward with a great deal of anticipation over the next couple of years when we see a great Cleveland emerge. Now, I want to thank all of you once again for coming, and I want to ask Reverend Dr. Kenneth Chalker from University Circle United Methodist Church to give the benediction. Now, following his blessing, please remain standing while the color guard retires the color, which will conclude today's ceremony. Please rise for the benediction by Reverend Chalker.
What a privilege it has been for me, and certainly from your response, to hear the address by our county executive, Armond Budish, this afternoon. What a marvelous word. You know, the word benediction means good word. And frankly, we've already heard it. What a remarkable spirit and what a remarkable address, and I'm excited about it. When head and heart come together, that binds all of our hands in the kinds of efforts that we are a part of. One of the great strengths of this county, one of its great enriching, enduring qualities is its diversity. And I am reminded of a benediction that was given in January of 2009 when President Barack Obama was sworn in as the President of the United States, the Reverend Dr. Joseph Lowry spoke at the end of the benediction these words. Some people laughed, some people criticized, but here in this county, we can live it out in remarkable ways with the kind of leadership that we have. The kind of a county where we can join together and black doesn't have to stay back, where brown can hang around, where yellow can be mellow, where the red man can be the head man, and where white can embrace what is right. When heart and head and hands are together, may God's people say, amen.